Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about InCode 2023 Challenging Justice provided by InDrive over Hackathon Challenge. The solution that we are providing, that is a part of TrustyRide. So we are bringing a solution on the name of TrustyRide, which helps in empowering AI based secure journeys. Ultimately, it helps us in providing safety enhancements in our InDrive traveling app. The theme that we have chosen for this particular competition is safety rides for women passenger with children and drivers. As we know, whenever our passengers takes a ride and travels into a cab or any ride facility, the safety is one of the major concern that is always there with every passenger, and hence InDrive has taken up this challenge as a method to improve the safeties for InDrive app, as well as we as part of TrustyRide are helping in providing different AI based solutions how we can improve the safety enhancements within the InDrive traveling app. Moving to the next slide. So the next slide that we're talking about here is like about our team, TrustyRide, who TrustyRide are. So we are a team of two. So we come up with like 15 plus years of great experience towards diverse areas of technology, whether we talk about front-end developer, back-end developing skill set, machine learning, data science, generative AI, UI UX design. The major aim of our team TrustyRide is basically to provide more trust towards ride, whether a person is a female or a male, whether a person is traveling with a kid or alone, as well as the safety for the driver, which is generally being neglected as part of different safety measures through different companies and other. That is also something we are taken care as part of TrustyRide. Now the major problem that we are trying to tackle here is that like we already know, when we talk about safety of a ride directly impacts the trust as well as the user experience. If the user feels that the user is not safe in a particular ride or taking a ride from a particular company, the user might not come again. The user might not promote our cab or might not suggest to others, right, as to use our services. And hence the trust and safety is like trust is very much important, like for us, for the passengers to build on us, and which is directly linked to the safety. So the major problem that we are trying to address is basically to ensure the highest level of safety for all the passengers, whether it is women or men, whether someone is traveling with children or not, as well as for the drivers. And now when we talk about safety problems, right, there could be difference of safety risk that could be there, right, throughout the whole journey. Whether it is like we have seen a lot of different cases or scenarios like in newspaper or other, where we hear about sexual harassment or assault that are generally happening inside the cab, or due to or those incidents happen because someone has taken a ride, right. So those kind of scenario we generally see. Then another thing was like uh, passengers are getting robbed within the car or other. The next aspect that we generally hear about is like whenever a parent is traveling with the infant, right, they always travel with with a lot of luggage or other stuff. Managing things with infant is like a little riskier, is a kind of a concern for them, right. As well as considering the COVID scenario or other, people are anyways very much skeptical, like in terms of using the cars or other because of cleanliness or hygiene, especially when it comes to infant. Their concerns goes way higher, and that is also another factor that we are including as part of TrustyRide. Unauthorized detour. So we already know, like and in a lot of scenarios we hear from these kind of complaints from passengers, like whenever there is the driver change some route, right. So not all the passengers are aware of each and every route. Sometimes Google works, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes phone got off, right. In those kind of scenario, if a driver is taking an unauthorized detour, what is the action that we as a company, right? InDrive as a company is taking, right? How we are using this information through AI to ensure that we predict a better future for the future ride. Another aspect is like poorly maintained vehicle that not only impacts the passenger as well as a driver, and it also impacts the brand value of the organization. That is also we certainly need to incorporate as part of Trusty Ride. And the last, not the least, is the violence with driver. So we do want to provide a safety for the passengers, but as well as it is not like we're neglecting the drivers. Providing safety for our drivers is also like one of the main requirement from our end, because the drivers being employer, like we need to ensure the drivers are feeling safe, they don't have any kind of challenge or hurdle as part of providing their services. Now as part of Trusty Ride, we are providing unique product features, AI based product features that will tackle all the above problems related to safety concern. Whether I talk about AI based predictive maintenance, that beforehand we will be having a list of the things like what all the assets or part or which of the car require assistance, right? So that can be identified beforehand using AI based models. Then the SOS or phone off the grid, right? Many times we do hear like the passenger's phone got off, right? In those scenarios, like how we are using this information and what are the next steps that we are taking towards is providing more safety measures and precautions when someone is traveling with infants, to ensure that the passenger feel more safe and secure while using the ride or the cab facility. Another factor is the real-time risk assessment. So we are assessing the risk that any kind of harmful impact or any kind of danger could be there as part of the ride, right? Those kind of risk assessment we are doing on the basis of different instances, right? Whether there is a route deviation, where there are sudden stops are there, where there is an irregularity in the passenger behavior, and all these features, different aspects are put up into an AI based model, and a risk assessment will be driven out of that. Another or main important aspect that we are bringing through Trusty Ride is the personalized ride experience. So generally what happens is that whenever we book a ride, we just see that we booked a ride and we have allotted a driver, right? But there is no option for us to choose like among a set of drivers. If within my 2 kilometer radius these 5 drivers are there, which one I can choose? We don't get the preference to do that, right? Through personalized ride preference, we are providing that kind of feature as well to our passengers. And panic button is also like, which is generally being provided as part of different ride facility. However, we are leveraging the panic button in a much more efficient way and a more effective way through Trusty Ride. Now another aspect of our solution is basically the impact. So through all the safety measures, definitely we want to improve customer experience, but at the same time we want to ensure we are bringing a good impact for our product, right? So these are the different different impacts what Trusty Ride would expect by incorporating all these different AI based solutions. What kind of impact we can bring? It will be potential value for not only for the users as well as for the business as well. So whether we talk about like using AI based predictive maintenance, we can reduce the asset downtime as well as repair cost. When we can identify like when we can do precision and scheduling of reviews and repairs, we can provide better maintenance and parts optimization. We don't need to like utilize the part till the last aspect when it is already gone, and as well as at the same time we can utilize the product or part or asset till that level when it can be fully optimized without any risk. Another factor is the risk assessment that helps us in providing like a proper tracking of riding by AI model, as well as it will improve customer experience when the customer already know that there is already someone who's taken care of like any kind of issue that could be possible within the particular ride. And the panic button for driver as passenger, it is also another aspect which is like providing impact for the positive impact in terms of like the trust that we are building towards the ride. And the last but not the least is the personalized ride preference that will provide that will improve customer satisfaction, as well as female passenger would feel more secure and safe. Now the next aspect of it is the demo. So this is like the demo is the last slide what we have. So now we are going to talk about some of the product features that we have discussed just now as part of the demo, how we are using how the small demo that we have built up, like how we are showing those different product features can be incorporated. So this is our website, the demo page. I'll just log in here using the credentials. The credentials details are already there over the demo slide. Now let me just log in here. So this is the page where the rider can book the ride. So we'll put up like the pickup address. So for instance, let me just put IP extension as the pickup and Kamla Nagar as the drop. Now I'll book a ride. So the app will show different available drivers which are available at that point of time, which are sorted by the distance, right? And as well as it can show you like this driver can come like within 5 minutes, another driver can come in 10 minutes, another. Now the main important feature what we are providing, information what we are providing our driver is that like the first driver is Ravi Prakash. He has a rating of 4, and the features of this particular driver is that the driver is male, he's 46 years old, and female passengers that the driver has driven till the time is 40%. Out of the 100% ride, 40% rides are something in which a female passenger was there. And when talk about child passengers, 70% of his ride had childs within it, and with all these stats he has a rating of 4, which seems pretty good. Another driver that we talked about is Lalita, who is female, 36 years old, and she has driven 70% female passenger out of the total passenger, and the child passenger that she has driven is 60% out of the total ride. And with all these stats, she has a rating of 4. And similarly, we have rest. So now in my scenario, like being a female, probably I would prefer to go with Lalita, because the rating for Lalita and Ravi is the same, but Lalita because she has driven more towards a female and child passenger coming from the same rating, so probably I'll go for that. Now I'll select that, I'll submit, and I'll book my ride. So it will give you a message that the ride is booked and the driver will reach you in 10 minutes or so. In my scenario, it will come in 2 minutes. Now another aspect, like another important aspect what we are providing is the car maintenance that is coming from the AI based predictive model, which would be available for the drivers. So what the drivers can do is that they can measure at any point of time, as well as the in-drive support team, what is the car fitness, right? How good the car condition is. If someone is starting a ride, at the start of the ride they can see, right? At any point of the time of the ride they can see like how good the car condition is to continue the ride or to start the ride. So for that we have another page that will be visible only to the in-drive support team or only to the driver but not to the passenger. Here we are capturing different metrics which all have been like comprising of different car standards, like car conditions, in which condition the car is, as well as it could be, some of these metric could be predictive, some of this metric could be like directly driven from the car stats. So like we could have planned maintenance percentage, mean time to repair, and there could be different ways how we can measure like these characteristics, like how we are showing the result in terms of the percentages or others. And then we have predictive maintenance compliance, petrol, SOC level, SOC level. So in case of electric vehicle car, like what we talk about is the SOC level. And then we have mean time between failure, and that is basically a measure of predicted time between one breakdown to the next during normal operation. And then we have like battery issue. So in a EV vehicle, like battery issue could be like very common, and we generally do provide guidance to the driver as well, like after 30%, if the battery is only 30%, you shouldn't take any new ride, right? So those kind of aspects as well. And then we have equipment effectiveness. So equipment effectiveness is basically it gives informed data on how effective organizations maintenance processes running based on factors like equipment quality, performance, and availability. If it is 100%, it means that our system is producing no defect as fast as possible and with no stoppage would be there in the production. So these are like the general technical aspects that we looked up into the car health or car fitness. It could be driven from the AI based predictive model, as well as some of the metric can be driven from directly from the stats what we have about the car. So this is all what we have. All the details would be there as part of the demo slide, as part of the slide. And these are like if we are planning to build up the solution, these would be some of the resources or hardware or data what we will require to make this app effectively in production with all these improved features of TrustyRide. That's all from our end. Thank you.